If we ever run into a situation where our users are going to sites, let's say, for example, Facebook, and in a general sense, maybe Facebook doesn't cause our organization a problem, except for maybe a few components like instant messaging or file transfer services or other sub applications within Facebook. Well, to avoid throwing out the baby with the bathwater, we can go ahead and be very granular with application control, and we can specify things like Facebook file transfer as rules inside of our security policy. So a couple of big pieces would include making sure that we have the application control blade licensed and enabled on our gateway. And then secondly, after we've identified what we want to allow or deny, we then implement that policy on the firewall as one or more rules in our rule set. So we could be wide open. We could say everything from Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn is completely allowed, or we could be more granular and specify individual apps or services, maybe Facebook applications such as games or instant messaging or file transfers are not allowed, but everything else is allowed at Facebook. And then in the actions column, when there's a match in our rule, we have options of accept, which is allowing the traffic. We also have the options of drop or reject. Now, they're both bad news for the user, but a drop simply drops the packet, while a reject actually sends a TCP reset back to the source so that the source wouldn't have a half-formed sessions. He'd get the reset and just go ahead and reset the connection. And Bob would still be left wondering why the website didn't come up. We also have some options that include ask and inform. And with the ask option, we present a little pop-up to the user and we offer them a little checkbox so that they can confirm that they want to continue. Maybe it's, hey, this doesn't match company policy. Are you sure you want to go ahead? Click the checkbox to confirm you understand. So an ask allows the traffic to happen, but it's going to have the user confirm that they want to continue. And if we just want to let the user have a pop-up but not have them check a box that says I understand or I agree, we can use the inform option, which just gives them a notification that the activity is happening. Like, warning, Will Robinson, you're going to a website, but there'd be no need for them to click a checkbox to continue. And if we are using those options of ask and inform, we may not want to give that to them every single time they go out to that same site. That might get really tedious for the users. So in addition, we can configure the frequency as far as how often those messages are going to come up. So for a user like Bob going out to Facebook, perhaps we ask him one time as opposed to every single time he tries to go out to Facebook that day. Here, as part of the parent rule 5, we have the inline layers, and specifically regarding application awareness, we have 5.4 and 5.5, which is specifying the sources and the destinations. And here in the services and applications column, we could be very granular. So if we wanted to have a separate rule just for blocking, we could put that right here between the existing 5.3 and 5.4, a new rule that was looking for specific Facebook applications, such as games or file transfer or messaging. We could identify those, block on them, and that would prevent those applications from being used. And if it wasn't those applications that were matched, as the child rules are checked, when we go to 5.4, users would still be able to get to Facebook and other applications at Facebook, simply not the ones that we specifically denied. And then over here in the action column, we have examples of inform and ask. Again, the big difference there is that in ask, we're asking the user to confirm that they want to continue. We're giving them a checkbox to check. And then for both inform and ask, we have a frequency. In this example, we're using once a day. And then this last piece here is specifying what's triggering the inform or the ask respectively. Is it per rule or per category or per application or site or per data type? So once we implement our rules, we click on publish and then we install that policy on the respective gateways to have our policy in force. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.